Good evening and welcome to the CIML Football Pregame Show. I am your host, Blake Walker. Thank you for coming back and joining us here before your big game this evening. We got a stacked show ahead of us this evening before we get you to the big game. We're going to go over some stat leaders through the first couple weeks, rankings, coach interviews, and much, much more. Let's jump right into your stat leaders locally through the first couple weeks of the season. Your passing leaders locally around the area are led by Beckett Baker, the Waukee phenomenon. 926 yards, 11 touchdowns this season for Beckett Baker, just a junior for the Warriors. Luke Anderson, the Ankeny man, setting himself up well, 902 yards, just 4 touchdowns this year. And then the talented sophomore, Mac Heitland out of Waukee Northwest, 869 yards passing this season, 11 touchdowns. Your rushing yards leader, we'll go to Ottumwa because he is the man on top. Cameron Maneri out of Ottumwa, 949 yards, 16 touchdowns. He technically has 17 because he has a pick 6. Incredible year for Maneri. Javon Sanders out of Des Moines Lincoln is second biggest here in the Metro, 752 yards and 6 touchdowns. And Eddie Fulton from Des Moines Roosevelt, 611 yards and 7 touchdowns. On the receiving side, no surprise, Sam Zelenovich leads the way for Southeast Polk. 38 catches. That leads the state by a large margin in Class 5A. 516 yards and 4 touchdowns for the senior out of Southeast Polk. Jeffrey Roberts out of Ames, 515 yards on 18 catches and 5 touchdowns. And then Maverick Inman with a very talented quarterback, Beckett Baker. No surprise that the Waukee Northwest transfer, 414 yards and 4 touchdowns. And on the defensive side of the ball, 2 Ankeny Hawks and a Valley Tiger lead the way. Andrew Price out of Valley, Samuel Zandvig, and Dawson Whittinger out of Ankeny, all with 30 tackles this season in Class 5A here in the Metro. Jumping on to our rankings portion, these are the newest rankings courtesy of Radio Iowa. They look like this. And again, a number 1 has fallen. Dowling Catholic now jumps to the number 1 spot. They will take on Des Moines Roosevelt this week. West Des Moines Valley is at the 2 spot after their big win over Waukee. Bettendorf still undefeated, the only undefeated team left in the top 10. They are currently at the 3 spot. Waukee is at 4 after the loss to Valley. Pleasant Valley at the 5 spot, Southeast Polk at the 6 spot at 2-2. They're one of just 2 teams in the top 10 currently sitting at 500. Ankeny Centennial is at the 7 spot. They've dropped a little bit. Linn-Mar to 8. Iowa City Liberty in that high-powered offense tonight. And Cedar Falls rounds out the top 10. They sit at 2-2. We will take a quick break and be back here in just a few moments for our coach interview segment. You're watching the CIML Football Pregame Show.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 off a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
The deals are hot this month at DeArmond Ford Indianola. New 2024 F-150 XLTs with 3.9% for 60 months, plus up to $8,000 off MSRP. Get $6,000 off or 2.9% for 72 months on new 2024 Expeditions and new 2024 Edge and Escapes, both with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $2,075 rebate. No payments for 90 days on all new Fords at DeArmond Ford Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Welcome back to the CIML Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. It's time for the coach interview segment of tonight's pregame show. I had the chance to sit down with head coach Brad Zelenovich of Southeast Polk ahead of their big game against Sioux City East tonight. Here with head coach Brad Zelenovich of Southeast Polk. Coach, appreciate you for having on today. Let's talk about last week. Big win over Ankeny Centennial. You're 2-2, and it's been a 1 week loss, 1 week win, 1 week loss, 1 week win. How would you evaluate the season so far up to this point for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of described it there to a T. At times have played really good football, and then at times have played like not the standard. So just looking for consistency, obviously, beat a really good team on the road last week after, kind of stubbing our toe a little bit out east, and then, beat a good Ankeny team at home and played Valley to the last minute of the game and came up a little bit short. So yeah, just continuing to, coach our guys, trying to improve every week, kind of create the identity of where we're at in terms of personnel, some new faces, obviously, but, excited for, another opportunity this week and continue to watch this football team, mature and grow and play at a high level.
What's one of the biggest things that you want to see improve here as the weeks have gone on? Your defense has done pretty well for the most part up to this point. Offensively, is there anything that you just want to see improve just a little bit more? Do you want the passing attack to be a little bit better? Do you want the ground game to be a little bit better? Is it just kind of everywhere?
Yeah, it's all three phases. Yeah, I mean, we played really well defensively last week. I thought we tackled well and played with great effort. 2 weeks ago at Prairie, you wouldn't have said the same thing. We were pretty lackluster. But yeah, just consistency in all three phases. Talking about taking care of the football. We've been a little loose with the football, which is uncharacteristic for us. We're minus in the turnover margin, which that's the biggest indication of success is turnover margin. And we're accustomed to being on the plus side. So taking care of the ball on offense. Trying to create more takeaways on defense. That's easier said than done with the schedule we're playing against really good teams, and then playing complementary football, including the kicking game. Obviously, we blocked a punt for a touchdown Friday night against Centennial, which was a huge momentum play. I think, we scored two touchdowns within 2 minutes there at the start of the third quarter and kind of came out of halftime, playing really well, 3-and-out touchdown, block punt touchdown, and kind of salted that thing away. So there's enough improvement in all three phases, punting the ball, playing defense, understanding field position, taking care of the ball. When we get into the red zone, we got to come away with points, all those situational things that if, you're going to be there, if you're going to be an elite 5A team, if you're going to make a run at this thing, you've got to do that, and that starts in practice. And, that's the message to our players.
You got Sioux City East here on Friday nights. They are currently 3-1 on the season. Pretty good football team. You played them the last couple of years. They remind me a lot of Prairie and a team that you've played the last couple of years. You don't see them very often. You don't have a lot of familiar opponents. What's it like going up against these guys? What do you see this year? They got a talented quarterback, but you really, like I said, you don't play them a lot. You don't see them a lot. The teams you play don't play them a lot. What's it kind of like playing these guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's, they're out west there and their first 4 games that have been on that side of the state. And now you get into group play and we played them a year ago up there. And so, yeah, you're exactly right. I see a good football team that's, well coached. They got a lot of guys that have played a lot of football for them. They got experience back, starting with the quarterback and some playmakers there on the perimeter. And good running back. They're pretty good balance. They create explosive plays on offense. So that, and then, physical style defense. They got a lot of young guys that played, 10 playoff. They're a playoff team, and there's no, substituting that, being one of the final 16 teams is a big deal, and so they're a good football team. They present some matchup problems with you with how they spread you out, and then they're a physical team. They want to build this the right way, and coach has done a great job of, creating physical, tough defenses that stop the run, and then same thing on the offensive side. Although they, throw the ball, they've been very effective running the ball with the senior tailback.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time, and good luck to you and the Rams here on Friday night.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. And once again, we want to give a huge shout out to all the coaches that have had chances to sit down and chat with us all season long. We really, really appreciate it, and it helps give you, the fans, and us a little bit of insight into what's going on Friday nights. When we come back, we'll look at the games to watch here this evening on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WauKeeChevy.com.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Welcome back to the CIML Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. It's time to wrap things up, and to do so, we'll take a look at some of the games going on this evening. Your games to watch tonight here on the Central Iowa Sports Network for your Friday night lights will look like this. Southeast Polk will host Sioux City East. The Black Raiders 3-1 on the season. Southeast Polk 2-2, trying to put together some consistency. That will be a good one over at Southeast Polk Stadium. Ankeny will take on a very talented offense in Iowa City West tonight. The Hawks need to win to try to keep their playoff hopes alive. They do not want to fall into too big of a hole this early. And Dowling Catholic gets a chance to recuperate and has a big one against Des Moines Roosevelt. Could the Rough Riders pull out a sneaky performance? We'll just have to wait and see as the Maroons take on the Rough Riders. Well, that will do it for us here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We appreciate everyone so much for watching. I've been your host, Blake Walker. We will see you next week. Enjoy the games, and thank you for watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
Good evening and welcome to Southeast Polk Stadium here. It's homecoming night, and the Southeast Polk Rams are hosting the Sioux City East Black Raiders. And thanks for joining us here tonight. Dar Daniels and John Schaefer. We have a full house, John, because of homecoming. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was getting here early. I parked way over by where the old stadium is and walked. The walk did me good, but, man, a big crowd here on hand tonight.
You and me both, Dar. I ended up taking the mile trek across town to just get here and park, but what a beautiful night for some football here. Last Friday night of September, and a homecoming classic here for Southeast Polk, getting ready for a Sioux City East team that comes in hungry, 3-1 on the season. Southeast Polk 2-2. They've done the teeter-totter back and forth, but a big win against Centennial last week.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're looking at Southeast Polk through that prism of the three-time defending state champion, but you got to remember every year is different in high school. You start over, so you have a new team. But let's take a quick look at the comparisons here, these two teams, and see right now how they stack up. You talked about the record 3-1, 2-2, a little bit different competition between the two, but you see the rushing yards, passing yards, both a little more heavy on the passing, and points allowed. A few differences there. So on paper they kind of match up fairly closely.
Absolutely, and I think we're going to see a little bit of more run game tonight from Sioux City East. Of course, they've got a stud in the running back in Miles Weger, a name you might recognize. His older brother Brandon played for the Iowa Hawkeyes briefly, had a brief stint in the NFL with Carolina. He's been their bell cow. And then for Southeast Polk, well, we know who the ball's going to a whole lot. That's Sam Zelenovich.
Yeah, the coach's son, and man, I've seen him make so many circus catches, highlight reel catches. It's unbelievable what he's done. But let's talk about that. We'll talk about our players to be watching here tonight. And we'll first talk about Sioux City East and their quarterback, Cal Jesperson. He is, you see that 865 yards, 6 touchdowns against 1 interception, 69% of his passes he's completing. And it helps when you have a running back like that. You have a good balanced run and passing game.
Absolutely, and he's going to have to air it out. I think Sioux City East is going to have to be smart with the ball. That completion percentage, as you mentioned, going to be critical tonight. Don't want to turn this ball over to a staunchy Southeast Polk secondary.
Ed, for Southeast Polk, we mentioned it, Sam Zelenovich, the coach's son. You see him there ready for the homecoming festivities.
Homecoming king, I might add.
It's always funny when you see those guys with the sash. I remember Rocky over at Valley.
Lombardi.
Yeah. He was homecoming. I said, "You're going to wear that sash home?" Well, yeah, I'm the king, whatever. But anyway, so he is, you see 38 receptions, 516 yards, 4 TDs. The thing is, a lot of new faces, kids that graduated off the last championship team, but he gives you a solid go-to that you can depend on. He gives you that leadership now and a spark to go to.
Absolutely. The senior, obviously, and a preferred walk-on for Iowa State as well. And there's a big reason why. He's a glue guy for this team. He can certainly keep his quarterback in Holden Hansen calm, give him an outlet when he's in trouble, and I am looking forward to seeing what Sam Zelenovich can do tonight, because all I've seen on the tape is big play after big play.
Oh, and I've seen him. Last year I didn't do a regular season, but I did playoff games, and man, some of those catches. Or I guess I did one regular. Anyway, he's made some catches that are just out of this world. And you see him coming out to the center there, and Southeast Polk in their black and gold, and looks like they have declined to the second half, and the Black Raiders will get the ball to start, I believe.
Sure looks that way, and they'll start going south to north for us tonight, too. Yeah. And once again, just could not ask for better weather here on this Friday night.
I'm a September guy. I can't wait for it to get here, but it seems like it goes so fast because of football and everything. Yep. And this is it came out of work, and you just had a little feeling. I remember, as you're getting ready to play a game, perfect weather like this in late September, just great weather out here tonight.
Absolutely, and this is the weather these players love to be in too. But more importantly, Dar, we're getting into game 1 of district play for both these teams as well, and so we know how important that is for most classes. Of course, 5A, you still need that RPI to work your way to. The index for Southeast Polk has them sitting on the 16 line. A lot of season left, but you don't want to get yourself in a big hole here.
Yeah. What you want to do is you want to beat Sioux City, and then you want to root for them the rest of the year to win, because, it goes by how those teams do. For Sioux City East, if they can knock off Southeast Polk, rated number 6 tier, that boosts them a little bit too in the RPI. So
absolutely.
Should be a good ball game tonight.
Sioux City East tends to be the one big power out of the West. If you're going to look for a Sioux City team to maybe shock the world here or there, it's going to be the East Club and the Black Raiders. And you had a handful of them make the trip. Obviously, we are here on the Southeast Polk side of the grandstands, and it is standing room only here at the top of them in this beautiful facility. Is this year 2 now in this field?
Yeah, it's year 2, right?
Year 2. I've been out of the business a hot second, so I can't always remember, but great sight lines here inside of Southeast Polk's football stadium. Again, getting ready for kickoff here.
Yeah, and somebody's got to look at the scheduling. Is how do we play Southeast Polk, but then we play them on homecoming night too? It's a long drive for the Sioux City schools, and of course, with the way the things work out, you got to have, the Sioux City schools come over and play here.
Yeah.
And Semmer Arafa will kick it off here for Southeast Polk. He's had 6 touchbacks on the season. He's 10 of 10 PATs, 1 of 1 field goals. Back deep for Sioux City East is Loudon Grimsley and Chris Ford to receive the kick. And here we go. It's going to be a short one coming up, taken by Grimsley. He'll get up to about the 22 where he's taken down.
Met with a hard shoulder there and setting the tone for Southeast Polk on that hit. Laying some lumber was really nice hit by Kane Brockman, the senior there, and I'm sure these seniors are hyped up pretty good on on homecoming night. Not senior night. We're not the last game of the season yet, right?
Well, here's the offense. Cal Jesperson, the junior, 5'10 junior, comes out. He'll have Loudon Grimsley, receiver John Yates, Austin Shepard, Quentin Ashcraft. The tight end is Kason Claiborne. We'll get more of this as we go along here for you. They send man in motion, fake, now throw it outside to Grimsley. Grimsley looking for room around the outside, gets around the outside. He's going to pick up the first down. They knocked it. Yeah, he did get the first down.
He does.
Had to wait a minute to see where he got knocked out, but he got the first down.
Grimsley does a nice job there to use the wheels and get out on the edge past Emmanuel Gay. You want to see Gay kind of push that angle back into the middle of the field where he's got some help. Otherwise, plenty of room on the sidelines there for Grimsley.
So he gets 12 on first down, makes it 1st and 10 at the 34. Bring a man in motion again. This time they'll hand off and tripped up immediately. Wager will lose one.
Backfield, who else but Kane Brockman, again the senior. He's got 14 solo tackles, including 3 sacks and 7 tackles for a loss this year. Make that 8 now as he dropped him for a 2-yard loss.
So 2nd and 12 here for the Raiders. They send 3 to the left and 1 receiver tight to the right for Jepson.
We got a jump and a false start on Sioux City East, so it's going to go from 2nd and 12 to 2nd and 17.
That is the one thing you hate to see, because hard enough here against this Southeast Polk defense. So now that puts you back at 2nd and 17. So now you're thinking, okay, it's only 2nd down, and we can get a part of this maybe,
Need a little bit of a chunk play. Want to get it down to like 3rd and 9 to make it semi-manageable.
Rolling left, looking, now cutting back right, under some pressure, try to throw, then throws it late and over the head of his tight end out there, Kason Claiborne.
It's a good job eluding the sack there. He had a couple players hot on his heels, including Keon Ward-Taylor there, who almost came away with the sack, and then the Brock Purdy-esque pump fake from Jepson had the other defender kind of just leaping for random air.
And if he caught that, he might have picked up 4 or 5. He wasn't going to get a big chunk, but at least he would have got some positive yardage. So now you're 3rd and long, 3rd and 17 here at the 27.
Southeast Polk going to bring some heat, it looks like.
They do. Gets out of it, throws it out wide, caught out there. Wager, he slides up ahead, and I think he's going to get the first down. He is.
Missed opportunity there for Southeast Polk. They had him dead to rights. Another look at it. Just breaking through the line with ease there was Christian Scalzo. He can't quite get to Jepson, and then Wager does the rest of the work, picks up a big chunk for a new first down.
Well, you kind of forget about that back sliding out there because you're watching as he's under pressure, but good job there by Jepson. Jepson now, 3 receivers right, 1 left, sends a man in motion across the formation. Is Yates, and that's going nowhere fast.
Met by Cale Wingett there. And Wingett, great form tackle, wraps up, head up, and drives Wager backwards. And
Wager's had 2 rushes for like -5 now.
But he's made up for it.
Yeah, he made up for the pass. He's going to say, hey, fake the handoff. I'll go through and then pass it to me.
There you go. Get him in space, and he's a threat for sure. But Southeast Polk right now making this offensive line for Sioux City East struggle a bit.
2nd and 13 at the 42. They'll flip receivers over to the left. Now send man in motion over to the left. Pressure again. They throw back over to Wager, and he's drop for a loss of 1.
Charles Goody there, the senior as well, and that's going to be solo tackle number 13 on the year for him. Just meets Weger right on the point of reception.
Yeah, watch this. Just they're trying to set up a screen. They had some blocking out there, but as you said, the defender got right through to him. So now 3rd and long. They picked it up last time.
See if history repeats itself here from the 41.
3rd and 14. Jepson rolls left, looks, throws it deep, and there's a little push, and there's going to be a flag down there as Loudon Grimsley got shoved.
Emmanuel Gay is going to be the guilty party, and I think he's asking how, because I think their feet just got tangled up.
Well, and I think Grimsley slowed a little bit and kind of tried to draw that. Let's watch it here. If we see toward the end. Yeah, they kind of got tangled, but I think there was enough of a push.
And that's going to be a bailout call. Bailout. Great play overall by Jepson. I'm not going to call it a bailout call because it is the right call, but we're going to shut this thing off, I think, 15 yards here.
Yeah, which would give them a first down.
Unless there's another foul with it.
Or did they pick it up?
Nope, they're going.
No, they're going. Okay.
Just took a second or two, and that'll move the chains with it. Tough spot there as a cornerback. Deep ball. You're looking to cover your man who's got a stride on you. Ball's a little bit underthrown, and he tried to get his head back around. Unfortunately, his momentum just kept taking him back into that offensive player. And
so now the drive moves into Southeast Polk territory. Their second 3rd down conversion, long conversion. This one by penalty. There's a handoff. Weger cuts it outside, but is spun around before he can get all the way outside. And
it's a really nice job on the defensive side of the ball there. I'd like to see Weger, though, there just hit that hole and go hard. He made that extra cut to try and bounce it outside. Just lower your shoulder, fall forward, get another yard or two, and that sets you up a little bit better on 2nd down instead of being 2nd and 9.
But he got positive yardage on a run there for
you have
change.
A point, Dar.
2nd and 9, fakes the handoff, rolls out, throws it out wide, has a man out there. Is John Yates, I believe.
It's a really nice pass from Jepson.
Yep.
Going to his right, gets his feet right, gets his shoulders squared, and makes that sharp throw with some pace on it so no one can bat it down. And
you got Loudon Grimsley and John Yates. Grimsley is 239 yards on the season caught. Yates 243. So those two guys, leading receivers. 1st and 10 at the 28 here now for Sioux City East on their first drive. And this is what you want to do. Keep the ball, grind the clock out, too. Don't get it back to Southeast Polk.
One of my 3 keys for Sioux City East, and we'll get to the 3 keys here in a bit, though, was win time of possession tonight. It's going to be so critical for them. Quick pass there.
Yeah, quick to the tight end.
Quentin Ashcraft couldn't quite come up with it, and so that'll be 2nd down.
Or that slot, I guess it was, yeah.
So here are our 3 keys for Sioux City East. Win the time of possession, avoid that big play. Southeast Polk knows how to hit them quick and hit them hard. And then lastly, run. That's going to just go with carrying that clock, but really the pass has been most effective. So we'll see if that run game starts to open up some things.
Man in motion, they fake, they throw it back inside to Grimsley, and Grimsley gets pretty good yardage. Just going to give him a 3rd and short now. 3rd and about 2.
Been really impressed with the blocking from these Sioux City East wide receivers on these little tunnel screens that they've had. It's not an easy job to do as a wide receiver. Another look at it. Grimsley comes underneath, and the man in motion picks up his guy. And then you also have a nice block by Ashcraft that lets Grimsley get up there.
Man in motion, fake. They throw it back inside off a little inside screen by the outside receiver, and they're going to give him forward progress for the first down.
Another just little tunnel screen. They're going with what's working right now, and I don't blame them. That's the equivalent of an outside run, and certainly I'm sure going to mix in a look here with, I'd expect a quick fake and then a deep shot.
On this line, when looking at it, Sioux City East has something a lot of other teams don't have outside the CIML is they have size on that line to match up a little bit with Southeast Polk. 1st and 10 at the 17. We're in the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone, and there's a handoff, and that's going to go right back to the line of scrimmage and about it.
Another nice tackle for a loss there for Southeast Polk. And that's one thing. If you can make Sioux City East one-dimensional tonight, it's going to be a longer game for them, and eventually your corners are going to be able to take an opportunity or two to jump a route.
So they're going to mark him a yard shy and make it 2nd and 11 at the 18. Drops back, swings it inside again.
Oof. Quentin Ashcraft had it in his hands. I think he heard some footsteps and looked up a little bit before he tucked that ball in. And
well, you can see they're kind of setting up some picks and screens with those outside receivers. One guy will go down, take the defense, and the other guy will come inside, and Jepson hits him right away. And that time he couldn't hang on to it. I think you're right. I think he heard footsteps in the artificial turf here. So,
and as long as those picks are happening within those 2 yards of the offensive line or the snap line, you're good.
3rd and 11. Fakes, drops back, screen across the middle. Oh, knocked down. Man.
Nice defensive play there. Looked like it was Cale Wingett, the senior, again, getting his hands up on it. And what a play it was. He prevents that screen from a big pickup because there was a wall of white in front of Wagger there. Instead, we're going to get a field goal attempt for Sioux City East.
And trying to find my special teams sheet here.
Our depth chart didn't quite go this deep, did it, Dar?
No.
Oh, we've got a timeout now on the field, so that'll buy us a little bit more time. I think we're going to head to break.
We can take a break. We'll do that. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Save big at DeArmond CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 of a qualifying Train home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Back here at Southeast Polk, they got out of the break quickly. They kicked the 35-yard field goal, and it's good. You see the replay here by Burrell, the kicker.
Nice 35-yarder, great delivery, and you said he's hit from 43 this season as well.
Yeah, so he's got a little bit of leg there. So while they didn't get it, they converted a couple of third downs. They weren't able to convert that last one, but they did get points on the board, which is what you want.
It's a really nice job, and they ate up about 6 minutes of clock there too, Dar, and that's a big part of this game. Again, winning that time of possession. Now you need to lean on your defense, though, to get a stop or at least slow the Southeast Polk offense to a scorching halt before they even get going. So we'll see how this kind of plays out here as the night progresses, but I imagine if you can keep sustaining drives of that length that go to 5 to 6 minutes, you're going to wear these guys down a little bit and get some opportunities.
So Zelenovich is back deep along with Drew Thompson for the kickoff. Burrell will kick it. And here we go. I was going to say, I don't think they're going to kick it to Zelenovich, but now they're going to throw it across the field to Zelenovich. Field at the 22. Zelenovich up the sideline. 50, cuts back inside, and he's taken down at the 45.
Well, if you're looking for a quick strike, there you go. The We're getting a pass before we even get a play from scrimmage for Southeast Polk.
See, they tried to keep it away from him. They got the short guy, but he waited back, so it's a backward lateral and brings it up the sideline.
And you know Brad Zelenovich has had that one in his pocket for a little bit, just waiting for the right time to do it, and it might not be the last time we see it.
So Southeast Polk will start their first drive, 1st and 10 here at the 45 with 6:30 to play, as Sioux City East ate up a lot of time on that first drive. Holden Hansen, the QB, hands it off right into the middle, pushing ahead. Landed Vanderwerf.
It's a nice little run, picks up 5 on that run, and I think this is going to be a common thread tonight is Southeast Polk's offensive line. They've got some big boys up front that are going to be able to just get a good initial push and make life easy on the backs.
Zelenovich and Gabe Wheeler to the right. Caden Hill's out left. And now he's coming up to the line, Hansen, and pointing out some coverage, I think. Drops back, throws it quickly to Zelenovich, easy for me to say, and he's pulled down quickly there as it was read by Chris Ford, the cornerback, the sophomore.
And Gabe Wheeler's got to get on his block a little bit quicker there, and that's what forced the Zelenovich loss here. Just a whiff on the block, and that's a really, really nice play on the defensive side of the ball by Chris Ford.
And you got to think they're watching Zelenovich, you know.
I'd imagine some bracketing and some double coverage, although they're going
comes
man
down
out
here. He comes down here in the slot at the bottom of your screen, dropping back. Now he's out. Caught him over the middle for the first down.
Sioux City East drops into zone there, and Zelenovich does a nice job, just kind of a quick stutter, maybe a little bit of an option route, and goes to a quick slant. Another look at it here. He's down low, quick cut, and finds a hole in that zone coverage, and that'll be a first down for Southeast Polk now inside the 30.
1st and 10 at the 28 for Southeast Polk. Hansen fakes it. Going for Zelenovich in the corner. Caught it. Did he?
Yes, he did.
Touchdown.
The homecoming king sets the tone early for Southeast Polk. Hauls in 2 big pass plays. One on 3rd down conversion, and then in the back corner, a beautiful ball by Hansen. Delivers. They call that a dot.
Just go right to the corner. 28 yards.
PAT is good, and that'll make it a 7-3 ball game.
Yep.
Here at 4:47.
And we'll take a break and come back with a kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you and I both know that you've been wanting to convert your drafty old wood-burning fireplace into a high-efficient gas one. Well, this is the perfect time. Heating Glow is making it easier than ever. If you buy this year between September 15th and October 13th, Heating Glow is giving a free vent kit worth up to $650, making it easier than ever to convert that old wood burner. But the best deal in years won't last, so come on in today. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Back here at Southeast Polk, Sam Zelenovich gets his 5th touchdown in 5 games here. That one 28 yards. His longest on the season so far is 48 yards. But he did the big chunk too. He got the kickoff return on the pass back to him, and then they throw to the end zone for the touchdown. And here's the kickoff. Taken short about the 8. cuts it up to the 20 and brought down at the 22.
It's a good little return there for Sioux City East from Braden Lewis, and the junior got the legs churning, and now Sioux City East will go back to work and try and capitalize and build off that first drive of the day. Again, I think we'll see plenty more of those wide receiver under screens that we saw in that first drive and see if those pick plays kind of keep working. But I'd also expect Southeast Polk to play a little bit tighter coverage.
Yeah, and they scored first, and they were methodical. You just got to keep with that. You can't think, oh, we got to score right quick again to match them. Just keep doing what you did in that first drive. Jepson back out with 3 receivers right now, 1 left. He's rolling right, looking. Now throws it late, and that was dangerous over there.
Broken up nicely by Charlie Goody. Again, the senior, just 5'10", but good wingspan for him there, and bats that ball down. And again, you kind of alluded to it, Sioux City East trying to get a big chunk right out of the gate there, and just need to stick with that game plan. Keep eating up clock. Let their wide receivers get the ball in their hand and go to work.
2nd and 10 here at the 22. Quick pass, through the hands, intercepted at the 33. Coming across field, cuts it up. And gets a return. Is that 21? That is Brody Brandt.
Off the tip ball, good old-fashioned tip drill, and Southeast Polk right back at it. Another look at it off the wide receiver's hands. Jepson puts this right on the money.
Yeah, that was a great pass. It just through the hands. He takes it, we'll say the 32, returns it down to the 25. So only a 7-yard return, but you're already, in great field position for your second.
And I'd look for a quick hitter here from Southeast Polk. I'm sure Coach Zelenovich just wants to step on the pedal early. We'll get to our 3 keys here hopefully soon if Southeast Polk can slow down their scoring a bit for us.
Here we go, Hansen. Hands it off right up the middle. And gain of 5, a big up 2nd and 5.
And here are our 3 keys really quick for Southeast Polk. Step on that pedal, a.k.a. score early, score often, put it to bed. Stay level. It's homecoming, a lot of emotions in it, and just win, baby, win. Win the battles in the trenches, win the turnover battles. Should be a night you can put to rest easy here if you're Southeast Polk.
Tight formation. Handoff. Now he cuts back the other way, spins around, and diving into the defender.
That's a bruising back in Stanley Cooper. Cooper just a sophomore, but he's got some size to him and wasn't the quickest handoff I've ever seen, but he still turned it into a net positive.
Yeah, and it was kind of a slow developing. I didn't even have Cooper in the too deep to come in, but
just a sophomore. I'm sure he's going to get some minutes late in this one if it gets out of hand too, because we know Z likes to get those young guys in when he can get some experience opportunities.
Yeah, it's all about building it here. They send Zelenovich to the slot on the left. Fakes a handoff, cuts inside, takes it himself, breaks through, down. He'll be just short of the first down. Well, Holden Hansen on the run.
Just getting the eyes of the defenders moving a little bit, just with all the attention that you have on Zelenovich there. I think it's a great pullback by Hansen, and then keeps it bounces off the left side.
Yep, he got right into the pile there, but was able to get out and make something of it. It looked like for a minute there he could get into the end zone, but he got stopped.
I got to give a shout out to 77 for Southeast Polk with a pancake block. It deserves some attention.
2nd and 4 here at the 9. Southeast Polk, and flag down. Do we have a jump?
Looks like it. They're walking it back. Just after I tooted Nathaniel Slay's horn, he gets the quick snap jump.
Thanks,
there.
John.
I know the broadcaster's jinx.
Why don't you just say he's a 10 for 10 on the free throw line, man?
Or like the Brandon Aubrey kid last night for Dallas. The broadcaster's jinx struck again. He hadn't missed yet this season, and then what's he do? He pushes one wide right. So, anyway, we digress.
2nd and 9. At the 9, and pressure. He's going to get it away, and it is almost picked off, but no. Good effort by Sioux City East.
They got some hands on Hansen there, just pressure off the edges, and it looked like he was dead to rights, gets a one-skipper into the mitts and lives to fight another day. It's a dangerous throw to try and make there. That's one of those where, if you're Coach Zelenovich, you're probably saying just eat it there, don't risk it, don't want to kill any momentum we've built.
So 3rd and 9 at the 14. They send.
Got 2 men in motion there, it looked like.
So things offensively, they had a good position, but now 2 procedure penalties here.
Joey Lauders jumped a little bit there with his teammate in motion, and so then it's going to make it a 3rd and very, very, very long.
You can do that in arena football, but not in high school.
Canadian football, I think it's legal too.
Yeah.
Good old CFL.
So now it's 3rd and 14. The ball at the 19. They need to get down to about the 6. And he's going to run. Whoa, opens wide open, hits it outside. Can he turn the corner? He dives for the first down marker. Did he get there? The official goes down. Let's see where he marks it. I think he's going to mark him short.
Marks him down at the 7, which I think you're right is going to leave him just a couple of yards short.
His foot must have went out here. We'll watch it. He saw that everybody was following the receivers into the end zone and made a good read to run it over there, but then it looks like his leg just came out short, and that official got knocked down. So 4th and 2. Looks like they might go for it here.
Everyone's all right. Got to mention that. Big shout out to our referees out there.
Landon Vanderwerf is in the backfield. They got 5 seconds on the play clock, and it winds down. So now they're going to take a timeout here. And you got 2 yards. You don't get it. You have them backed up really deep. So it's probably here early they're going to say, okay, let's go for this and try to get the first down and then maybe get another score to kind of give us a little momentum here because they have the kicker.
They do.
We know, but
you also, as I mentioned, you want to put that gas pedal down all the way right now, especially when you've got them backed up. As you mentioned, your defense has had their ears pinned back. You've created some pressure on Jepson on the defensive side of the ball, so you go for it here. I honestly think they probably run a read option with your quarterback. Let Hansen just make that decision.
Yeah, go, because he's obviously got the wheels to get out there. It doesn't run a super amount, but
only when he has to, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you can hit a quick slant with Zelenovich or
and then he's
senior wide receivers.
And when he does run, like all the good quarterbacks they've had here, he keeps his eyes up and down the field to look. So they're talking it over. Key play here early on. Just a capacity crowd here on the home side for homecoming night. They had all the junior football players in here, and they had carnival games up by the high school, so
parking was few and far between.
Here they go. Hansen alone in the backfield. Zelenovich wide to the left. Drops back, looks for the fade. Touchdown! Zelenovich.
Just too easy when you put Zelenovich in man-to-man coverage out there with just a few yards to go. The back shoulder pass is on the money once again from Hansen. And Southeast Polk, again, another look at it.
Yeah.
You can't leave your guy all by himself out there. You got to give him some help either underneath or over the top, so he's got an option. Zelenovich's second touchdown of the night makes it 14-3 after the PAT here.
If the PAT goes, it does. 14-3. We'll take a break. Come back after this on CISN.TV.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Back here at Southeast Polk, the Rams have scored again after an interception. This one is going to go back into the end zone for a touchback, and that's where Sioux City East will start out with the ball. So East got a field goal on their first possession, an interception that gave a short field at the 22 to Southeast Polk on the second. Now, again, John, they got to work it up the field and just be patient like they were in that first drive.
And again, you can't put that last pick on
No,
Jepson there. I
yeah.
wish there was a stat category for dropped interceptions or put it on the wide receiver, but I really want to see him get comfortable again because he looked really good in that first drive.
Dropping back, looking, throws it inside, has a man up at the 35 and brought down at the 37, Kason Claiborne, the tight end.
It's a nice catch by Claiborne.
And those are they started calling those, I'll finish the thought in a minute, but see, yeah, he just goes right down in between the two defenders and makes the catch. They call those tip things like Caitlin Clark, they call them coach's assist when players miss an easy assist, but anyway.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
1st and 10 at the 39 for Sioux City East. They're trying to answer now 2 straight scores by Southeast Polk. They wing it outside, turning up and getting a good pickup there. They're going to mark him.
It's Claiborne again, and I think you're going to see a big dose of a sure-handed tight end like that. It's either going to go to Grimsley or Claiborne at this point because I don't think Jepson has a lot of trust in his wide receivers after that last drop.
After that one, he's
like, I'm going to my go-tos, guys.
He's looking for the big guy. 2nd and 6, a pickup of 4. Handoff Wager right into the middle, and he gets met at the line of scrimmage and shoved back. He didn't even get the line of scrimmage.
He met the teeth of that defense.
Was that Cooper Martinson, big number 60, 6'4", 285.
How would you like to take a lick from that?
That is a wall. Wager's 5'8", 185, so you're giving up a little weight there. 3rd and 7.
Built like his big brother.
Oh, he was looking again for Claiborne. Claiborne was covered and didn't look back.
He had double coverage there to worry about. That's a really nice job.
And he had Ashcroft out deeper, but
yep.
So now brings up 4th down, and I think they're going to punt it.
Cooper Fritz was right there, along with can't find that quick number, but yeah, one of those situations where it's just not a good look right there. Double coverage. I know why he's going there. It's his comfort blanket, but this is going to force another Sioux City East punt.
And Zelenovich is back deep.
Look for some fireworks here.
Yeah, let's see if they try to kick it away from him. They tried on the kickoff, but it didn't work because they ran a lateral to him. Now, let's see what they do here. He's going to try to keep it high and short, and it bounces out of bounds. They didn't get a real good bounce on that, but they didn't get a return either.
That's best case scenario right there, and Southeast Polk's going to have to start from their own 34. And this will be their longest starting field position.
their worst starting field position, because
they started on the other half of the 50 after that lateral.
And then after the interception, they were down at the 22, so they've had short fields to go. Now, a little bit longer here.
This is a Southeast Polk team. I can tell you the rest of the CIML does not want to get comfortable because they are a scary team and a team that knows how to win in big games and big situations. So if they get some momentum, look out, World.
Holden Hansen brings him out. Fakes the handoff. Looking down to Zelenovich. Oh, he almost caught it. He put an inside move, came back out, and there was a pressure on Hansen, so I don't think he quite got what he needed to get on that ball.
Didn't get to step into it.
Let's talk about, before we mentioned the offensive linemen, Noah White, Aiden Jones, Owen Goldbranson, Nate Slay, and Cale Roberts, the big guys up front. They go 245, 284, 220 at the center, 280 at the right guard, 300 at the tackle.
Slay, I mentioned, had a big pancake block a couple drives or a drive ago that I felt deserved a shout out, and he's a big boy. 280. Cool.
Dropping back, throws it out and dropped. Would have been about a 6-yard gain.
Hansen looking for a little help here now from his wide receivers. That was a ball delivered right where it needed to be.
So it brings up 3rd and 10 now. Joey Lotters comes out wide to the right. They have trips to the right now. And one single receiver to the left. They stop, look back over.
Still 10 seconds left on that play clock, so just getting reset here.
Hansen shifts back over. Now throws it in the middle screen there for Zelenovich. He's going to try to run to daylight, but they do corral him.
And he beat his blockers to the spot there.
Yeah. But that's the idea. Get it in the hands of your playmaker. They've been looking, sending him deep, and now they try to come over on the screen. So you see it here again.
Another look.
You're right. The blockers kind of went upfield, and he went outside. So
yeah, and he's letting his lineman know, but still, I think he's got to be a little bit more patient. If he just lets them get out in front of him, he's going to have a wall to work with.
Trexel back to punt.
It's a good job by Sioux City East, though.
It's a good high kick. Driving him back. Fair catches it back at the 20, they're going to mark it 24 or 23. They're going to say at the 23-yard line.
It's about a 60-yard punt there.
Yeah.
And there is no wind in this stadium either, folks.
Let's see, 25, 40. That'd be 52 yards.
That's a good boot there.
Yeah, that's a good boot for high school. He was averaging, what did I say here? He's averaging 28.5, but I don't think he's punted a lot.
I doubt it.
No.
And they're probably short punts or needing to be little pooch punts or placed punts with how this offense operates.
1st and 10 at the 23, yeah, because the quarterback has punted one himself, too, on the pooch punt. There's an inside pitch, looking for room, looking to turn it up. Grimsley gets partway around the corner, so it gets a decent pickup on 1st down, and that'll be the last play of the first quarter. 6-yard pickup, big 2nd, 6 at the 29 when we come back for the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
And Sioux City rolls out. They sling it upfield. A nice catch by let's see the number here. Let's see. Coming back. Oh, that's Vanderwerf. Out of the backfield.
John Yates there.
Or Yates.
Yep, John Yates on the catch there for Sioux City.
Oh, whoop.
You're good.
It helps if I flip my spotter chart over,
all
doesn't it?
good, all good.
Jeez.
I've been really impressed with Cal Jepson's arm tonight. I'm not going to lie. Kid's got a cannon.
So John Yates with the catch. Now rocket again inside there to Loudon Grimsley.
Grimsley's been sure-handed. You almost wonder when he's going to plant his foot in the ground there and twist it back outside where he doesn't have to worry about a horde of black jerseys there waiting for him.
And the thing is, Jepson makes quick decisions back there. He sees the routes, sees the receiver breaking.
And just a junior, sophomore, stands at 6'3", 210. And I'll tell you this much, if he's only a sophomore, he's going to be getting some looks from his in-state coaches.
Rolls out, throws a rocket, and there's a flag comes in.
I think we're going to get a holding. It's certainly in the area of that offensive line.
Yep.
And it is.
So even if he'd have caught that, he had the first down, but it would have come back.
And I don't think people realize how hard of a throw this is. Rolling to your left as a righty, getting your feet planted, and that ball could not be better placed with pace.
He's got a live arm, doesn't he?
He sure does.
So that'll move it back. And that'll bring up 2nd and 17 at the 35.
Sorry, I lied. Jepson's 5'10", 175, a senior or a junior, not a sophomore, but still. Been really impressed with his arm.
Second penalty on Sioux City East here. Fake the handoff, pressure. He rolls out of it. And now looks, he's going to roll upfield, still look to throw it again, and now he runs out of bounds, and he'll pick up about 5 yards, and then there's a late flag comes in.
They're going to get a blindside block here late. Quentin Ashcraft comes in to just help his quarterback out a little bit. If you watch the tail end of this, just a little crack back, and they're going to call that every time. And that wasn't Ashcraft, that was Yates.
Those things drive coaches because he's at the sideline, and it's like, okay, just ease off, you know.
Yeah, there's no need for it.
Here you turn a gain into a loss. So
certainly wasn't the most egregious blindside block I've ever seen. I'll say that.
But it was right in front of everybody watching the ball carrier, and it's, you know.
Going to get called every time when it's there.
They go now 2 penalties, 1 for 10, 1 for 15, makes it 2nd and 28 back at the 24 for Sioux City East. And you cannot afford to go backwards here against Southeast Polk. They converted a 3rd and 17 earlier, but this is going to take a bit. Oh, high, picked off at the 42. He's going to the right, cuts it up 20, 15, 10, and knocked down at the 7-yard line.
That interception into the hands.
Number 21 is Brody Brandt.
Brody Brandt, that's right. That's his second pick of the night.
Yes.
And that's another big one as, again, pin your ears back. You get a little bit of pressure. Just sails over the top. Brandt steps in, and, man, I'm sure he'd love to house that one. That's a good job by Jepson to get back and at least prevent the pick six. But
yeah, he's got to be mad with himself because it just a little high and light. You know, you want to zing it there, but it sailed on him.
It did.
If it's down, that's a first down and maybe some more yardage. But now it's 1st and goal to go at the 8 with 10:14 to go in the first half. There's a handoff, touchdown, Southeast Polk.
And that's Drew Thompson rumbling into the end zone. The junior running back finds the pay dirt. And just like that, now a 20-3 football game. And the offensive line moving in just about everybody out there that's wearing white, making it easy for Thompson, who doesn't get touched till the 2.
Thompson run now for, that was 8 yards.
That's his first touchdown on the season as well. PAT's good. 21-3 football game. Southeast Polk leading Sioux City East.
We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Back here at Southeast Polk, the Rams turn another interception into another touchdown. This one from 8 yards out. Brody Brandt has both the interceptions. And here's the kickoff, and he grabs it right before it goes out of bounds. Going to run up. There's a flag down. He has some room up the sideline, but I don't know if that'll be a hold. We'll see here. And it's going to come back, I believe. Loudon Grimsley took it.
You know, if he lets that go out of bounds, it's probably
there's
a penalty. Yep.
You saw the hold right there. Well, I think he had to make a judgment. Will it go out or not? And if it doesn't, then you're standing down there at the 2. But the hold up at the 23 will move it back to about the 13. So Sioux City in the second quarter now. We got a holding for 10 yards, a blindside for 15, and a holding for 10, and then an interception.
Not doing themselves much favors.
Yeah.
Is that what you're getting at, Dar?
They're kind of yeah. And it seems like there's some flashes of this offense could move it up the field, but also credit Southeast Polk on the defense too.
Just one of those games, and Southeast Polk's one of those teams you can't make mistakes like
Quick
that.
Outside pass, and quickly up the sideline goes John Yates. And there's a pretty good pickup on first down.
That's what they need to get back to. It's worked well for them in that first drive that led to 3 points. Now down 3 scores here, and you need some life, and it's got to come in that tunnel screen.
Yeah, now you just want to put a drive together and get some kind of points out of this here. Handoff. Cuts it inside, now goes back, and he's going to pick up a yard, and that's about it. Wigger looked around, tried to cut it outside, but nothing but black and gold there when he did. I think Jackson Hope might have been in there, the linebacker.
Sure looked like it. He was in there quick.
And they'll flip Grimsley over here to the right side and send trips to the left side. Jepson and then Wager in the backfield. Wager picks up the blitzer, high pass. That was close, but he had to come back for it, so they're going to be a little bit short of the first down.
Jepson took a big hit there from number 44. Jack Hope was in on just a free release and jumps to try and bat it down and ends up flying knee into Jepson.
What do you do here? You got fourth down, and
I think you have to go for it.
looks like 2. Yeah, I mean, you give it up in great field position, but
you're down 3 scores. You got to make something happen.
Drops straight back, looks now is going to run up the middle, and he'll have the first down. Now cuts it back, and he just about cost himself the first down. He had it up to the 30 and cut back inside.
Decided to make it interesting on a star.
But Jepson picks up the first down.
It's a good run. He had some pressure on his backside there and felt it, steps up into the pocket, and then just says, I'm going to use my legs for these last 2 yards. Doesn't need all the shimmy and the shake. Just go down at that 30. He was out to the 30 on that run.
Yeah, he was, and then he stepped back. He was going to try to get outside, but first and 10 at their own 29 for Sioux City East, trying to get something going here on offense. And off to Wager. Wager over the left side.
Just not a lot of running room tonight for Wager.
Well, gets a couple there.
There's Kale Wingett again on the tackle.
And brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31. Again, if you can move it down the field, just get some points here for half. Give yourself a little push. Man in motion across the formation. Got a lob at depth to the left sideline and a little long.
Just out of reach there for Loudon Grimsley, and another big arm show.
Yeah, that's a long ways to throw that ball, and he overthrew his receiver out there.
That's near hash to far sideline. And it was just about on target. If Grimsley starts to fade to that sideline a little bit, it's likely a completion.
So 3rd and 8 at the 31. Sioux City East, again, needs a first down, needs a 3rd down conversion here. Dropping back, lines hold them out. Now they throws deep, but his receiver got held up there on the way out.
And that'll bring up a 4th and 8, and you're seeing the punt team come back out. That one's a little bit longer than manageable at this point.
Yeah, Isaiah Grant was going out, but he pulled up short, and Jepson thought he was going deep.
Cover 2 there for Southeast Polk, and so 2 high safeties. Not going to give you a lot of room to work on the deep ball.
So 4th and 8 at the 31, 7:38 to go here, first half. Sioux City East will punt it. He gets it away under pressure. Fair catch called for by Zelenovich at the 35.
And we're starting to get into that territory of if Southeast Polk scores here, it's ugly and out of hand and probably insurmountable with the way Sioux City East has played and with the way Southeast Polk has played defensively.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to bring it back here.
Again, homecoming night for Southeast Polk. Shout out to all the fans that made it out here. Standing room only at the top of the bleachers and around the north end zone of this beautiful facility.
Handoff, Wager looks for some room, cuts it outside, turns it. That's not Wager, that's Vanderwerf.
He's still on his feet, and down at the 10 he goes. The big rip from Vanderwerf.
Vanderwerf. I had Jaeger on the mind, but it's Wager, but it's Vanderwerf. Here it is. Vanderwerf gets it. Oh, gets a key block on the edge and takes it all the way down. Cuts it back inside. It is down at the 10.
Aiden Jones is the one that sealed off that edge on a great block, and then he was on his motor to get all the way downfield with him.
1st and 10 at the 10 here.
Shout out those big hog mollies when they get big blocks.
Hand off up the middle. Looking for room, but not finding much there.
Looked like Stanley Cooper on the carry.
I think so, yep.
We saw him with a counter earlier, and he wasn't even on the 2 deep earlier, you said. But the sophomore going to get some carries tonight now with Southeast Polk in striking distance.
So flip him to the other side, the running back. Now they look back over to the sideline to get a check, and they'll move the running back to the right side. 7 seconds on the play clock. Hand off, turning the corner, and he's shoved out of bounds. Is Cooper at about the 3-yard line. So 3rd and goal at the 3.
James Hogenkamp found out firsthand what a stiff arm from a sophomore feels like. As Cooper buried him in that turf. Another look at it. Strong stiff arm, lowers the shoulder down at the 3.
So now they're going to go empty backfield. 3 receivers right here.
Look for a wide receiver screen.
Nope, we're going to sneak it. Touchdown. Hanson.
And that's why I'm not a DC there, Dar.
Yeah.
Hanson doing it himself there. That's a design QB keeper. We get a little light show, and 27-3 lead for the home team.
Well, took them just 4 minutes after their last score. And they come right back here and ready for the PAT.
He misses the PAT.
Misses it, so that makes it
27-3.
27-3. And, well, we talked about it. Sioux City East, they needed to keep that drive alive. They decided to punt it, but
it's a tough game, obviously.
Couple big runs, yeah.
Sioux City East. It's going about the way I think some of us expected it to. Sioux City East has had some good moments. I'm really impressed with their quarterback. Again, he's got some weapons. Unfortunately, I just don't know that offensive line can sustain long-term to open up any running gaps. So Sioux City East has become very one-dimensional this evening.
So Southeast Polk will kick it off once again.
Can tell you Centennial is up 30-0 on Des Moines East right now. That game being played at Williams. Take a look around the rest of the league too.
Grimsley and Chris Ford back deep to receive the kickoff. Going to come over to Grimsley up to the 25 and knocked out of bounds. And then I think they're going to call maybe a late hit out of bounds or unnecessary roughness, which would benefit Sioux City East. You see here they kind of threw him down after, so they call a personal foul there on Southeast Polk.
That'll move that ball up into better territory here for Sioux City East to try and at least put a touchdown up on the board here before halftime. Down 24. Another score from Ankeny. This time the Hawks, they're up on Iowa City West 24-0. That game moving right along as well, and I'll try and look around the rest of the CIML.
So that'll move it up to their own 43 for Sioux City East. Jepson takes a high snap, hands it off to the inside man, Grimsley. And he gets a pretty good gain on that little jet sweep.
Yeah, nice little burst of speed there from Grimsley. A little bit of a change from what we've seen with Weger, who's been a little bit more of the bruising, kind of agile back.
2nd and 5 now. Oof. Wings it out, caught, and Jepson gets tattooed.
That was just a free run there off the edge. See if I can find a number. Number 3, I know on that. Kane Brockman just unreleased straight at Jepson, and he laid the lumber. And
Quentin Ashcroft caught the ball, though, so
Good job by Jepson to hang in there and deliver, and nice job by Ashcroft to pick his quarterback up on it.
1st and 10 at the 46. Inside to Grimsley again. He's going to try to turn the corner and is upended at the 50.
And Grimsley staying down on the field. That was a nasty hit. Clean hit, I should say, but a nasty one nonetheless. Brody Brandt came downhill and chopped his legs out from under him and might have just had the wind knocked out of him on that hit.
Brandt has already had 2 interceptions. Let's see this here.
Just downhill, chops
yeah, right
the
in.
legs.
Just a good low tackle and flipped him up.
That'll hurt the lower back and leave a mark, I'm sure, but
Loss
a tough kid.
Of 3. Hand off, up the middle, Wager. He'll get 4.
That first step was a really nice cut by Weger to go back to his left and find a lane there and pick up some positive yardage. Might be his first positive run of the night, the way he's been having to fend off defenders.
So 3rd and 9. Sioux City East was able to convert a couple long 3rd downs on their first drive. They ended up getting a field goal out of it. They weren't able to sustain any long drive here since then. Now Jepson calling out some coverages. Play clock down to 9.
Gets it off.
Drops back. Quick slant. Has his man Grimsley. Grimsley cuts it up to 25. Breaks a tackle. Back into the 20. 15 down to the 14. Did he lose that ball late? Let's see.
Looks like it might have come out, and they are going to rule it Southeast Polk ball.
Yep, it came out late. A big pickup. But number 8 picks
Can
it up.
Ward Taylor looked to come up with it, but here's another look at it. It's a great pass and a great run after the catch by Grimsley.
Yeah.
Has tons of daylight.
It goes to the middle, breaks a tackle there, breaks another tackle.
Yeah, that
and
ball
just-
is out
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Just stripped out of there.
So
you called it. Nice job by Charlie Goody to get that ball knocked out of there, and that's just another self-inflicted wound for
Yep. 2
Sioux City
interceptions,
East.
now a turnover, and the only positive about it is you got Southeast Polk back at the 13, but they've been able to move big chunks here, it seems like.
Hasn't mattered much, has it?
No. And there's the pass out. Zelenovich is going to turn the corner.
You can see why there's some preferred walk-on interest there from Iowa State and why Zelenovich would accept it. It seems like there's a nice little pipeline running to Iowa State these days with the likes of Abu Sama up there nowadays. And
I was going to say he's been kind of quiet, but he's got 2 touchdowns, a 7-yarder and an 8-yarder, which is not quiet. But, you know, those long runs like that one we haven't seen. They've kind of kept him down on that as far as that goes.
Absolutely.
But the running game has been pretty well.
That's all they've needed is, you know, I think Vanderwerf that last drive did the bulk of the work, and then Hansen was able to cap it off. Let's see if they can do it again.
Quick out there. And knocked out of bounds.
Going to get a late hit, too, on this. Just finished the play a little bit too far out of bounds there for Sioux City East, and that's going to move chains.
Brian Butler with the catch. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to go deep on my sheet now here as...
Yes, we will. And that's a hard spot there if you're the defender. Tanner Hamilton making that hit, but again, you got to have a little bit of field awareness there. I know you're trying to finish that play off. Your head's kind of going into it. You got to know where you're at on the field before you finish off.
And they kept a close eye on those sidelines. So Southeast Polk had 1 personal foul out of bounds. Now Sioux City East. And the Rams are into Sioux City territory now at the 47, 1st and 10. Fake the handoff, rolling. Jepson fires it long and just high. Looking for Zelenovich on the out there.
It's really good coverage on the outside there. That was Dane Milton having to try and cover up Zelenovich. That's no easy task, especially when it is a speedster like that and a nicely delivered ball by Hansen.
So still plenty of time here in the first half. Clock stopped at 3:21 to go. Handoff right up the gut. Looking for room. Cuts it outside. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Rams. That is Drew Thompson.
Found the hole, hit it, and said, good night, see you later, kiss it to bed. Just giant hole, weaves his way through, and then the safety comes downhill, and no one is catching Thompson on that run. Big run for him, and a big night for the Rams.
Second run for Thompson for a touchdown.
Second touchdown on the season.
And the extra point is good. That makes it 34-3.
Exactly, or just about 3 minutes away from the last touchdown for Southeast Polk, and they have taken a stranglehold on this game before half. And as you mentioned, Dar, one of those nights where Coach Zelenovich will like to get some experience for his younger crew here, give them an opportunity to get some minutes against a varsity club in Sioux City East and try and build that for the future.
And for Sioux City East, they got to just be a little frustrated because they made just too many errors, and you can't do that against a good team, and they have here. And Southeast Polk's taken every advantage. Scored off of 2 interceptions and now the fumble. And the penalty didn't help. A personal foul out of bounds. So,
look, and if you're Sioux City East, there are some positives to take into the locker room. Yeah, you're down 34-3, so that part's tough to kind of get high school kids to overcome mentally. But Grimsley had a great run after the catch. You're likely down inside the 15. Does he not fumble it? So some learning moments.
And now Grimsley lets it go out of bounds this time, and that'll be a penalty on Southeast Polk.
But, yeah, as I was saying, Sioux City East has some building blocks at least to come into the second half with and some positivity to try and walk out of the half with.
So they will get it 1st and 10 at the 35 with 3:11 to play here. Yeah, and they showed a little bit ability to, as we saw with Grimsley, to catch the ball, to run and break through, but then you got to be ready to hang on to it when you get hit. And I think the trouble is, when you get in there, you're going to get a hard hit from Southeast Polk's defense.
You're going to take a lick, and you got to be ready for it. It's big boy football when you come down to Central Iowa.
Hand off, and Wager looked like he had a hole he cut, but the defender filled it quickly. And that was Jackson Hope, I think, the linebacker.
Big number 60, actually, I think.
Was it 60?
Yep. That's going to be Cooper Martinson, senior D lineman, 6'4", 285. How would you like to try and block him?
Yeah, they go 285 there, 245, 225. Nose. Kane Brockman, the defensive end, he's a little guy at 195.
Little guy, that's one way to put it.
2nd and 11 at the 34. Now, officials timeout.
They got to get the band backed up, I believe, for some reason. I don't know why. Unless they were telling them to stop playing their instruments, possibly.
They're excited. Like it's homecoming.
It is. This is their big night, too.
I saw them over here warming up when I came walking up. They're ready to go. Yeah, they got a big crowd to perform. They put as much practice in as the players do.
It's game night. They do 2-a-days in the preseason as well, and really get
There's a quick hammer and down on the tackle.
Kale wing it there, and just good form tackling. Nowhere to go for Wager, and it's going to be another TFL for wing it.
So 3rd and 15 here for Sioux City East.
Southeast Polk can get a stop here. They might have another chance to go down and score quick.
If they can give Jepson a little time, let some of those patterns develop. We'll see here. Send a man in motion as Ashcroft. And under pressure, Jepson rolls out of it. Now stops, now turns, now fires into a crowd. And it's incomplete.
Jepson's still down on the field over there on the sideline. And he's slow to get up.
He's taken some knocks here in the second quarter.
He did. I think he got kicked again on that one, and he's limping off to the sidelines. It's been a tough night for him. Again, credit to him. And we've got a flag. Someone said something to the official on their way over there.
I think they weren't happy by that, but it's going to end up being a flag against Sioux City East, I think.
Someone in passing on their way to the sideline said it, so.
Unless they give him a sideline warning, maybe.
Let's see what the call is here. Oh, it was Jepson.
Oh.
Jepson said something.
Jepson said something to him after he got up, apparently.
He's been knocked around quite a bit tonight. That's part of this game, obviously. And again, this is a Sioux City East that has not seen a team like Southeast Polk this season. You know, their wins came against, I believe it was Sioux City West or Sioux City North, and then Heelan. Played Sergeant Bluff Luton, lost to them. That's the lone loss on the season for them. And then Glenwood earlier in the year, which is a smaller school as well. So,
but now that penalty really puts you on a short field here. And you look up and you see Zelenovich back there at the 50 ready to return one. You might be better to go with the angle kick and try to kick it out of bounds.
That or kick a roller or something like that.
Yeah, or kick it high like he's got him up high too. Do not kick a line drive because low snap.
He's going to go ref down in the backfield.
I think he was on his knee, wasn't he? He was on his knee when he caught that snap. So he's down there at the 1.
Which is a tough rule.
Yeah. Now,
so he can't. He has to make an attempt.
If you're the holder on a field goal, you can you can
do
that. But
talk about just another shot in the foot there. But and the ref ate it too. We'll shout out our officials. He was trying to whistle it dead and tripped over. The turf monster jumped out and got him. But 34-3, going to soon be 40-3 here with just a yard to go. And we've got a new quarterback in, it looks like, too. Unless my numbers are mixed up. Nope, Holden Hansen is still
Hansen is in there with Vanderwerf. Vanderwerf gets it, plows in.
No whistle him down at the half-yard line. Okay, it's a touchdown.
Touchdown, okay.
No one really signaled it.
We didn't know until they turned the lights off and on.
It took that cue, and just like that, 40-3, a minute 49 to play here, still in the first half. 1-yard plunge from Vanderwerf.
Samararapa out for the extra point is good. We'll take a break and come back after this on CISN.TV.
Save big at DeYarman CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeYarman CDJR Ames. DeYarmanAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 off a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Back here at Southeast Polk, Well, just a bevies of issues that kind of summed it up. That one is a low snap. The punter goes down to the knee, and he's down at the 1, and it takes Southeast Polk one play to drive that in. And we're at 41-3 here. Ruffle will kick it off.
Clock is going to be running.
Yep. Grimsley and Braden Lewis will be back deep to receive. Yeah, we'll be on a continuous clock now. This one bounces at the 20, picked up to the 32. And that's where Sioux City East will take over.
And that clock does start running right away.
It's got a I had a game last night where North Polk handled Des Moines Hoover, but that was boom, quick right. This seemed like, Sioux City East is in it one play, and then just all of a sudden, boom.
The fumble by Grimsley down there inside the 15 was that big turn.
Big turning point that kind of sucked a little of the air out of the Raiders, I think.
Absolutely.
You get a big play, and it ends up that way. Here's a handoff right up the middle.
Weger gets met after gain of 3, and we've got a Ram still down on the field. And that will stop the clock for an injury. It's going to be 33 for the Rams. That's LaFoy Hall, junior D lineman. He's coming over to the sidelines. Looks like he got a little stinger there. Those aren't pleasant.
No.
Means he probably can't do some shoulder raises for the weight room day this week, but
I've had a couple of those in my day. It scares you at first too, because it's in that, and you're like, man, what happened? And then it's like they call it a stinger because it's like a big hornet just stung you in the.
Just fired off on you.
Yeah. So 2nd and 7 at the 35 for Sioux City East. Clock running here. Dropping back under pressure. He'll spin out of it.
Again, met by just a wall. That's Cooper Martinson making the initial hit. And Jepson's down once again. And at this point, I think if you're Sioux City East, you do your quarterback a favor here and give him the rest of the night off. He's rattled pretty good. That one hurt I think that one's going to be a headache. Or as they actually call it, a concussion. Just the way he got hit, it looked funky, Dar. It was one of those where he kind of got sandwiched, and they're going to make him leave the field. And again, I think it's one of those nights where you just call it good with him and see if you can get some experience with the backup if you have one.
Let's see.
Wait for that clock to start up here. Got to get a backup quarterback in, of course. It's going to be number 5. That's going to be Cason Claiborne, the tight end, going to take the snap here. They're just going to
they're just going to probably, the clock's going to start. And they're just going to run it out and go to halftime and try to figure something out here. So, big second quarter for Southeast Polk, as they lead here at halftime, 41-3 at homecoming. Well, we'll take a break and come back and talk about the first half after this on CISN.TV.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Save on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off, plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees. All at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
It's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you and I both know that you've been wanting to convert your drafty old wood-burning fireplace into a high-efficient gas one. Well, this is the perfect time. Heating Glow is making it easier than ever. If you buy this year between September 15th and October 13th, Heating Glow is giving a free vent kit worth up to $650, making it easier than ever to convert that old wood burner. But the best deal in years won't last, so come on in today. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
And here at halftime, it's 41-3, Southeast Polk over Sioux City East. Dardaniels to John Schaefer, and just Sioux City East drove down the field, got stalled, and kicked a 35-yard field goal. And then Southeast Polk came back, and they got a score, and then an interception, another score. They got a couple of short fields, and it still seemed, though, like East was in it, John, until then they got the big pass play, and then the receiver was stripped late, and Southeast Polk got it, and that just seemed to suck the air right out of Sioux City East.
Yeah, you could see the body language change for that Sioux City East sideline after the Loudon Grimsley big yak. Obviously gets down with inside the 20, trying to make more out of it, but that ball just gets out there a little bit more like a loaf of bread. Stripped away, and then next thing you know, Southeast Polk rips off a big Vanderwerf run, and they're cashing it in with even more action, and then another big stop, some penalties, knee down for the punter at the 1, and that's just no-win zone right there.
Yeah, then the late in the game, they're trying to punt it out of their own end zone, and the snap is low. The punter goes down, puts his knee down at the 1, and that's kills it right there, and then just one play, and Vanderwerf takes it in, and we're at 41-3 here at half, and it is homecoming, and a big crowd here on hand for Southeast Polk as they have everybody out. They had all the young kids out on the junior teams out here, so I'll just run down the scoring quick. I told you it was Burrell, 6:41 to go, that 35-yard field goal, so they took a lot of time off. Then they come back, and it's a 28-yard pass to Zelenovich, makes it 7-3. Then pass to Zelenovich again for 7 yards, and that makes it 14-3. Then we go into the second quarter. Thompson run from 8 yards, makes it 21-3. Then a Hanson run makes it 27-3 with the missed extra point. Thompson gets his second run, 47 yards. Is that right?
34-3 there, yep.
Yeah, makes it 34-3. Then Vanderwerf, the 1 yard run, makes it 41-3 here. And that's where we stand at halftime. So Sioux City East, you got to go in, and I think Coach says, hey, we've had some good plays. Let's just erase this first half, come out, try to complete some things, execute, and, see what we can do and drive it down and get a score on the board here and just make something good out of this.
Protect your quarterback has to be rule number one, too. I mean, we've seen Jepson take too many hard hits, too many hits, period, in tonight's game. And so I think you'd call your offensive line out a little bit more here to go make something happen for him. Give him some time in there because when he does have time, he's got a great arm. He's been really good tonight despite the interceptions.
And part of that is when you have the big lead, Southeast Polk can just go. They don't have to worry about their assignments up front or anything. They just have to go after the quarterback, and we've seen that.
Absolutely. And so I think Sioux City East, as you said, come out with some positivity, see if you can make something happen. Of course, Southeast Polk's going to start with the ball. I'll be curious to see how quickly Coach Zelenovich starts to put in his number twos here. I'd expect it right away, up 38 points here because his twos are probably pretty good, knowing how Southeast Polk likes to build their guys up. But if you're Sioux City East, your goal here, get a touchdown in the second half, walk away with some positivity. It's one district game. It does not define how the rest of your season necessarily goes, knowing that Southeast Polk is a top 10 team in the state in Class 5A.
So the band is out here at halftime of homecoming. 41-3, we'll take a break, and we'll do that. We'll come back with more of the halftime coming up after this on CISN.TV.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Save big at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Crew Cab offering 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $4,750 cash. New 2024 Chevy and GMC 2500 HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. And new Sierra 1500 Crew Cab with 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $3,750 cash. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. DeArmondChevyGMC.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
We are here at halftime of homecoming, and happy Southeast Polk crowd right now watching the band perform. And why don't we listen to the band because of music rights and things? We can't do that.
Unfortunately,
unfortunately, we'd like to, but with the way that goes, you can't. And so, anyway, but we'll watch them a little bit here. Dar Danielson, John Schaefer, talking about this one. Any other scores you see out there right now?
Just saw Abraham Lincoln from Council Bluffs is beating Des Moines Lincoln. Here we go. Johnston's up on Waukee, 14-7, a big matchup there. Ankeny blowing out Iowa City West at half, 31-7. Centennial over Des Moines East, 44-0. Dowling putting a drubbing on Des Moines Roosevelt. My alma mater not having a good night as Maroons are leading 37-zip. Iowa City Liberty up on Prairie 20-7. Keep in mind, Prairie, a team that beat Southeast Polk earlier this season. Valley beating up on Ames 42-0. Cedar Falls ahead of Linn-Mar 14-7. Those are the scores we've got for now.
Yeah, Waukee Johnson is interesting to see. Waukee took their first loss against Valley, and could they, now down to Johnson, can they come back and recover there? They have a pretty good team. Valley, it's the first game, I think, where they put offense, defense, and special teams all together this season. And really gave Beckett Baker, who's an outstanding quarterback for Waukee, gave him a hard time. And Johnston, though, too, they have a Coach Woodley, he's always got him going. So it's just – and this year there's no – we're talking about Southeast Polk being the 3-time defending champion, but there's no clear-cut somebody's going to grab the reins. We've known that with Southeast Polk the last couple of years.
Yep. With
the guys they had coming back. They're going to take a hold of 5A. They've won all 3 of the 5A titles since they added the 5A class. But this year it's still,
it's
an
anyone's
open
game.
book right now. It's whoever gets hot, I think, and
which makes it fun. I miss those. For so long it was either going to be Valley or Dowling, or then it became the Southeast Polk versus Dowling. Then it became,
and Ankeny broke through with a couple of them there, and
Centennial was in the mix a couple of times. But I think it's great for the CIML to have some parity. I really do. I think Coach Woodley there with Johnston always knows how to put his team together at the second half of the season and make a run. I think Waukee and Gabe Baker is going to do some big things there as a head coach, and obviously his son has been great this year and fun to watch. But as you mentioned, if Valley puts all 3 levels of football together, they are a scary team, especially with the playmakers that they have. But don't sleep on the Dowling Catholic Maroons either.
No.
Coach Tom Wilson always knows how to keep those guys going.
Yeah, they're just always there. So it's kind of, it kind of for a while way back, everything was on the east side where Iowa City and Iowa City High were, winning the titles for a while, and they had a stranglehold. Now it's come back, and the CIML as schools have grown. And some of it's going to come down to depth and injuries as you get down late in the season here. Who survives that the best,
Certainly does, and that's why you value games like this. If you're Southeast Polk, you get, play a half of football for a guy like Sam Zelenovich or his quarterback and Holden Hansen, and let him rest now for a half, because you're going to turn around and it's going to be a gauntlet as you continue to go through the season. So I think that's a big part for the Southeast Polk team is staying healthy. Same thing for Valley. We know that Dowling in years past has been plagued by injuries at the quarterback position, and that's really doomed them as well.
Yeah, and then, Valley with Zay Robinson, too, was out all last year. He's back this year, and the guy is tremendous. There's just so many good big star players. You lose one of them sometimes, it makes a big difference for you.
Absolutely. I'm going to run through some other scores that I'm just noticing in some of the smaller classes as well, if that's all right with you, Dar.
Sure.
Nevada over Perry, 21-0 right now. Des Moines Christian leading Sadell in the second quarter, 35-0. Albia up on Central Lee, 14-zip. Pella leading Carlisle, 20-8 at half as well there. And then the other big score that I saw, let's go, Madrid, who's been a really good team down there for smaller schools, was trailing Sigourney Keota 19-0 earlier from what I got my eyes on.
It's been fun on these Thursday night games we've done over at MediaCom, because the Des Moines schools sharing that stadium, to see some of these, like got to see North Polk last night, got to see Knoxville. Now, during the regular season, we're usually doing these large class games. I am anyway. I don't get to see some of those smaller schools. So it's been kind of interesting because, man, that 4A class is really loaded.
It's a gauntlet, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You talk about the CIML here in 5A. That's just as bad on the 4A level right now.
You get into the Pellas and the Norwalks, DCG mixed in there, but then that's just here. You break out into the Solons and some of those schools that are just perennial powers too. And, it's wild what 4A. I'm glad the expansion of the classes hasn't hindered anything.
Well, and then 8-man's starting to get a little crowded. As these schools, they're more dropping in there when they started 8-man and it slowly built, and now there's more schools in there, and that's getting a little more.
8-man is such a fun game to watch, though.
It is,
I really do enjoy it. And there's just something special about a Friday night when you go to the Jungle in Madrid or you go out to Van Meter. The Bulldogs always really good there in 1A, 2A now. So, You know, Friday nights are a special place in Iowa, and
which is why NFL, college, keep off of Friday night.
Well, you saw Nebraska petitioned and play no more Friday night games outside of Black Friday, which I think was a great move. It kills me to give Nebraska any credit for anything in this life, but here we are. And
and Troy Dannon, the former Northern Iowa AD, he's over there now, and he said, part of that is it's just disruptive on Friday with classes and everything, and how much more money does the NFL and the college need to play on Friday
apparently
night?
UNLV needs $100,000 to keep their quarterback.
Yeah, well, we won't get into that. All right. Well, before we get too far down the road on that stuff, let's take another break here, and we're about ready to come back and get the second half started here on CISN.TV.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 of a qualifying Train home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you and I both know that you've been wanting to convert your drafty old wood-burning fireplace into a high-efficient gas one. Well, this is the perfect time. Heating Glow is making it easier than ever. If you buy this year between September 15th and October 13th, Heating Glow is giving a free vent kit worth up to $650, making it easier than ever to convert that old wood burner. But the best deal in years won't last, so come on in today. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Here at halftime at Southeast Polk, Dar Danielson, John Schaefer, let's run down a few of the highlights from the first half, and got it started right away. They tried to kick away from Zelenovich. They did, but they throw the lateral to him, and he takes it up the field and just kind of set the stage there as he returns it to the 45. Then they drive down, and here's a beautiful pass to the corner to Zelenovich for the first touchdown catch, 28 yards. Then I think we're going to see the interception here. It goes through the hands of receiver, picked off by Brody Brandt, his first of 2 picks. And that sets him right up in good field position. And then you see him look out there. There's Zelenovich wide to the left. He goes in, makes a move, comes back. Touchdown number 2 is 7 yards. Well, then dropping back, and there's Brandt with his second interception. Look close to taking this back, but for the quarterback coming over, then here's the run by Thompson, and he takes it in from and gets his first touchdown run. Then here is the second. There's the run by Hanson Keeper, yep.
3-yard scamper.
3 yards.
Thompson had another 47-yard touchdown run, and then Vanderwerf would punch one in from a yard out. And, we were debating on who to give a game ball to at this point, Dar, and I think there's a lot of objective decisions to be made there.
Defensively, you could give player of the game to Brody Brandt for the 2 interceptions. Offensively, Thompson a couple runs.
Vanderwerf had that big 50, 60-yard run down inside the 5.
And then Zelenovich, the thing about that second touchdown, you knew it was coming. You knew where it was going,
shoulder.
And they got it to him.
They put a sophomore on an island against Sam Zelenovich, which is a no-no. And
and credit his quarterback for putting it in there, and just Holden Hansen put it right in there, and that's the way it went. So Southeast Polk will get the ball to start the second half, and again, you get a 35-point advantage, and the clock will run continuously, only stopping on scores or timeouts. So,
and I'd imagine we'd see some Austin Mart, the number 2 quarterback on the depth chart tonight for Southeast Polk. He's a junior, 5'11", 175. I think we'll see Holden Hansen for this first drive out there, and then after that, assuming that Southeast Polk scores, I think you'll see Coach Zelenovich make those position moves to get some more experience. Because, again, Mart's probably going to be the guy next year after Holden Hansen graduates as a senior this year.
Well, and that's what he talked about back when, they got to the title game and lost, and then he talked about, we don't want to just get there once. We want to be up with the Valleys and the Dowlings where every year we're in contention. Yeah. We built the program, and that's what they've done here. And so.
And keep in mind, Zelenovich was an Ankeny guy back in the day, and then the split happened, and I think he was there for a year or so and then bounced over here.
Sam Zelenovich and Drew Thompson back deep to receive the kick here. And you see Sioux City East in the white on the left of the screen, the black and gold Rams on the right of the screen. And taken at the 2 by Zelenovich. Up to the 15, cuts it outside, 20, 30, trying to cut it back inside, and they finally wall him off there and get him out of bounds. That was Divine Adams. But he gets a big return up to the 38, 26-yard return there for Zelenovich.
And we will see Mart come in right now at quarterback. They're going to leave Landon Vanderwerf in at running back and some of those weapons out there, but no Sam Zelenovich now on offense.
So Austin Mart, the 5'11", 175-pound junior, and gets it to Landon Vanderwerf.
Picks up 2 or so there.
Yeah, just a couple.
Off the left end.
And we'll keep an eye out to try to figure out when they send in other guys too.
That's always going to be the battle on a night like that for the broadcasters, isn't it?
Yeah. So Mart back to take the snap. They look over. And here's a chance for these guys that, to get in and show a little bit that they know where they're supposed to go, what they're supposed to do. Quick out there to Caden Hills. And he's going to get maybe a yard. Yeah, they'll give him a yard to bring up 3rd and 6 here.
See how Mart handles this first big test of his half of football.
Brian Butter is in there at a wide receiver spot too. Down at the bottom of your screen.
Yep.
You got Caden Hills up top.
Big tight end in there as well. And
handoff, Vanderwerf. Pile still moving. And the blob stops right about the first down, and they're going to give it to him. Now, that's one thing you didn't used to see either. You couldn't push the pile, but now you see that so much.
The evolution of the tush push.
Yeah.
Of course, that's totally different from what we just saw, but still.
Yeah, but it's still, you see it a lot now when that guy's in the middle, you have a big pile up in there, everybody gets in behind him and pushes. So 1st and 10 at the 48, their own 48 for Southeast Polk. Mart looks over to the sideline.
Saw one of those big pile pushes you mentioned with David Montgomery in it the other day, and he was asked about it, and He goes, I was just floating. I just started laughing because I was being carried by half my guys and half their guys, and he gained an extra 5 yards.
Boy, there's a guy that's really they had that one, was it the overtime game, where they just gave the ball to him about 4 times, and he goes straight. He barely loses yardage.
No, he's become such a steadfast running back, and couldn't be happier for a guy like David Montgomery to find a great fit in Detroit, where he's got an offensive line in front of him. He's got a quarterback that can throw the ball and the right type of scheme.
That's what's kind of fun for me. I'm old enough now that a lot of these guys I saw play in high school and into college, they're playing in the pros. Yep. You know, Alan Lazard went to Urbandale. They lived up the street from us, and he rode to school with my son sometimes, and now he's –
Did you ever imagine Alan Lazard would become a favorite person to Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers, to his credit, kind of got him, because he could have died there on the depth chart, but to Rodgers' credit, he saw something in Alan's hard work, and so you just never know. But that's the thing. You come out and you work hard, and good things are going to happen, and that's what Alan did. A lot of these guys you see now. Here's fake the handoff, and the ball is loose or no catch. I don't think
incomplete.
Yeah, I don't think he had it long enough. Caden Hills
got hit right as he caught it. It was a good pass there by Mart. Another look at it.
It was a good handoff, the fake, and then he could not quite come down and pull it in before.
Awfully close.
The tackle.
So he had it.
Divine Adams, the junior defensive back there on the hit. So 2nd and 10 at their own 48 for Southeast Polk. Handoff right into the line. And
short gain by Vanderwerf there, just
maybe
a yard.
Just a yard, Trying to wait to see where they.
Is it me or are we not hearing whistles tonight?
Well, we're kind of a little soundproof up here a little bit.
Just a hair, but.
I like the big glass in the stadium, and there's a jump by Sioux City East.
It's going to shorten up the third down play here.
This is one of the better stadiums to broadcast from with the big windows.
That's all we ask for, schools, as you build your new football stadiums. Make sure you've got big press box windows.
My favorite Still Valley Stadium because you can slide the windows open and get,
Nothing better than catching that gnat sound off the crowd, too. Just kind of energizes you. But the open air windows are a thing that I certainly value.
So that makes it 3rd and 4 up to the Sioux City East 46. Rolling Mart throws, has a man out, and he'll make the catch and get the first down. That was
Joey Lauders.
Joey Lauders, number 18,
Senior tight end. That's a special moment for him, too, getting some minutes in there. Built more like a wide receiver, but listed as a tight end. Kind of comes across the backside of his line, and a little bit of a just dump off in the flat there. Nice job by Mart. And that's a big pickup for a first down.
At the 38, handoff, looking for room over the left side. Now, this time the pile wrangles him down before he can get any more movement on there.
Offensive line doing a nice job getting a big push once again for Thompson there on that run.
Manasi Malou, a senior defensive end on the tackle for Sioux City East.
And that clock just ticking away. We're now under 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
2nd and 3. Right up the gut, plowing through, picking up the yards.
Was it Thompson?
Thompson,
again?
I believe. Yep, that's Drew Thompson.
Thompson having himself a nice big night there on the ground. Already has 2 touchdowns, does the junior, both his first of the season.
And
that the interior lineman there for Southeast Polk, just a massive wedge.
That was Brock Thompson, number 70, who cleared the way.
Wonder if there's any relation
Yeah,
there.
I'm not sure on that.
Brock's a senior, so it is possible and plausible.
And Mart throws. Whoa! Looked like it was going to be picked, but it's caught. Wow.
Off the hands of Dane Milton Sr. and into the hands of Mart's receiver.
Cale Jepson, I think, isn't it?
Number 2, I believe.
Yep, Cale Jepson.
Gabe Wheeler.
Or wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong sheet.
We've got Gabe Wheeler.
Oh, Gabe Wheeler, I'm sorry.
Gabe
I
Wheeler,
looked at my wrong sheet.
All good, you're good. The senior there hauls it in off the tip by Dane Milton. Sticks with it. Mart puts it into a little bit of a hazard territory, but does pay off. It's 48-3 after the PAT.
Well, let's take a break. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you and I both know that you've been wanting to convert your drafty old wood-burning fireplace into a high-efficient gas one. Well, this is the perfect time. Heating Glow is making it easier than ever. If you buy this year between September 15th and October 13th, Heating Glow is giving free vent kit worth up to $650, making it easier than ever to convert that old wood burner. But the best deal in years won't last, so come on in today. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
And we're back here at Southeast Polk. Gabe Wheeler, the 22-yard pass. And that also the story of the night for Sioux City East. They get a defensive back, gets the hands on it, but can't quite tip it away. And
Dane Milton, has an interception on the goal line there and just glances off his hands instead and into the hands of Gabe Wheeler. And that's going to be Austin Mart's first touchdown pass of the season. Of course, Holden Hansen had quite a few after tonight's game. And we're going to get a nice return here for Sioux City East. He hits the hole.
Up 30, still going, and it looked like he was going to break outside and he gets stopped.
That was Milton once again, the man that had the tip ball. Here's another look at that return. He's going to take it on that right hash. Find a little bit of a seam, work it right back up the middle, sheds a tackle, and finally brought down at the 31. No Jepson in here. It's not going to be Jepson at quarterback. Instead, it's going to be Kaysen Claiborne now taking over. I think Jepson's night is done. Claiborne hands it off to Weger. Weger going to try and bounce it outside, but met by a wall and a sea of black jerseys. Nice tackle there by Dokin Bilodeau. I think I got that right. Dokin Bilodeau. There we go. Big shout out to our PA announcers, always giving us an assist here or there. Sometimes you just got to listen as Claiborne back in the shotgun. Weger to his right. Hands going to keep on the read option. Claiborne, I'm sorry. Picks up 8. Like the wheels there from the tight end turned QB tonight.
Yeah, thanks for giving my voice a rest.
You're good. Letting you get yourself going. You've had a lot of calls tonight, so I don't mind jumping in. That's how we kind of roll here on CISN.
Yep.
Multi-purpose. Claiborne again in the shotgun. He's got 4 wide. Only 5 down linemen for Sioux City East here. 3-man front for Southeast Polk. Pressure likely coming off the edge, and it does. Quick pass out wide to the right. We're going to get a block in the back.
Yep.
And this one's going to come back after he connects with Yates, but this is going to be a call on Grimsley. I think we're going to get a block in the back on the senior for Sioux City East. Another look. Just kind of gets that's a tough, maybe a hold? See what the call is here. It wasn't a block in the back, I'll tell you that much. He kind of grabbed him and just threw him. Unfortunately for him, it didn't really do much.
But you don't often see the tight end going back to come in and play quarterback, do you?
No, Not
unless
this
you're
big of a class.
No,
no.
yeah, well, not unless I just say, unless you're down in the 2A.
Yeah, I've seen it 1A, 2A football.
2A, yeah, where they play everything. Some of these.
Yeah, they call it a holding. So Grimsley grabs the outside of the shoulder pads and whips his his defender down. And that's going to push him back 3rd and 12.
But Claiborne made a nice little throw out there in the
did.
flat.
Looks like the kind of guy that can move well. Look at him. Here he goes on a little bit of a keeper. Bounces off a tackler out to the outside. He's out past the first down. Down he goes at the 50. Takes out a couple bowling pins there, and he's hobbling back to the huddle as well.
Well, we were getting close to that out-of-bounds territory, too.
One more look at it. And
yeah, see, he comes out, slips a tackle, gets a block out front there.
just kind of chopped and then tackled a little awkwardly. I think his ankle kind of got held up by that turf.
John Yates with the block.
And he's going to stay down on the field, and we're going to head to break here for an injury timeout. Southeast Polk leading Sioux City East 48-3.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
So Sioux City East going to be now on their third quarterback of the night because Kason Claiborne leaves with a right leg injury. Trying to get eyes on a number here. Quick handoff.
Keelan Cook, I believe.
25.
Yeah. No, it's K-O-C-H. I don't know if that's
Cook probably going to be
that's
Cook.
usually the pronunciation there, hopefully. And
Kalen Cook.
He's a 6'1", 175-pound freshman QB.
Going to get about a quarter and a half of football here. Nice pass out wide to the left. Finds Grimsley. Grimsley's going to haul a man, and then there's a big takedown there on the sidelines. That looked like one of those good old-fashioned wrestling moves where you just kind of get that hip pick up and around on the edge, but nice pickup by Grimsley.
They don't do any wrestling here at Southeast Polk, do they?
Nah, not the football players, right?
Yeah.
Look at the wrap and then the hip. There you go. That's a nice tackle there out top for the Rams. And Cook and I over to the sidelines, get his call here. And to be honest, I'm not sure this is the best way to operate it, but I think you want to get your freshman in a huddle. We'll see how it goes, though.
Well, yeah, but if you're going to go without a huddle, regularly, you might as well.
That ball batted down at the line. Didn't quite see who got a hand on it, but Southeast Polk, there are a lot of hands up for him there. That's going to force a 4th and 2. Sioux City East is going to go for it.
It was intended for Austin Shepard.
Shepard took a hit on it, too. Yeah, Dar, you've had a busy week calling last night's game with North Polk and Des Moines Hoover.
And I had a big volleyball matchup, Waukee Northwest.
How'd that one go the other night?
It was pretty tight. Waukee Northwest ended up winning. Waukee took the first set. Northwest took the second. Waukee had set point in the third. Northwest came back, took that set, and then took the last. The 3 sets that Waukee lost, well, all but one were close. So pretty good battle. But Waukee Northwest, defending champion, came back and pretty good crowd, always.
Good.
That's become the big rivalry, too,
Yep.
with Waukee Northwest, kind of like Ankeny Centennial.
Absolutely.
Valley Dowling.
We did have Loudon Grimsley get up slowly after that hit on the far sideline. Hope he's okay. Right now it's becoming a battle of attrition for Sioux City East. And out come the Rams once
Looks like
again.
Austin Mart, the sophomore, will come back out at quarterback.
Stanley Cooper in at running back. The sophomore, 6 foot, 195, off to his right. 2 wide, 2 tight ends in tight. They'll go with the handoff to Cooper. Has a hole, cuts it right back up the gut, and he's going to try and carry some white jerseys along with him. Picks up about 6. And Southeast Polk will take that into the end of the third quarter. 15-14. I don't imagine that they try and rush a play here, as we will go to the final 12 of this game with Southeast Polk leading Sioux City East 48-3 here on CISN. And I think we will head to break with that. We'll catch you for the fourth quarter next.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
First play of the fourth quarter goes from Austin Mark to Adam Peterson for a pickup of a few. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Southeast Polk here as they lead Sioux City East in this fourth quarter, 48-3. Mart, the number 2 on the depth chart, getting some minutes tonight in this second half with such a big lead. Holden Hansen had himself a night at quarterback. If you're just tuning in, you've missed out on just about all the scoring that happened in the second quarter that really blew this one wide open. Sioux City East dealing with some injuries at quarterback. They're now on their freshman, Kalen Cook, number 3 quarterback tonight for them. As Mart hands it off up the gut. Nice little dig for the first down. And that's going to be Stanley Cooper once again, the sophomore.
Yeah, just, Sioux City East showed some flashes of offense, but the turnovers really hurt them there. And then that last one where the punter went low to get a low snap and his knee went down and they got it to 1, and then that pretty well sealed things.
Really did. And, this is game 1 of district play, and so it's kind of tough in that sense. Quick out to, didn't quite pick up the number on it. I think it's going to be number 80 in my playbook. So that's going to be Jaden Johnson, and he's down injured as well.
You hate to see that late, and you guys getting in and get a chance. And
yep, it's an ankle or a lower leg injury. It doesn't look like it was moving much, and he's going to need some attention there. We'll go to another break here with an injury and give our sponsors some love in this 48-3 football game.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Jaden Johnson, okay, hops back up. Looked like it could have been worse than it was, and that's good news for Southeast Polk. And, of course, the senior wideout. And they'll go back to work now. 2nd and 4 from the 38. Run gets plugged up there. Cooper trying to just drill ahead, but nice job by Sioux City East to jam up the middle there. Again, Sioux City East just trying to find some positive moments here to build off of and take away from tonight's game. It is week 5, believe it or not. How are we already into week 5?
I know, on the end of September, it's like
it goes so fast. You know, Texas playoffs go into like the week before Christmas, I think, before champions are crowned.
Yeah.
Part of me would love that. The other part of me loves that we're done by mid-November because, you know, give these kids some holiday time and some prep for basketball. So
well, yeah, and then nice catch.
Nice throw, too. Great cut back there. Roman Lehman. The big pickup down inside the 15. That's a beautiful ball, too, from Austin Mart as he rolled out to his right, put it on the numbers, and Roman Lehman does the rest of the work.
And then, too, it seems like ages ago where they used to play those playoffs so tight together, now they've spread it out. You know,
we had 2 games in a week at times because they had so many teams
crazy, but now they've spread it out and made it a little – and thank goodness for the Uni Dome where you can play, you know, inside.
Could have some, based on the weather we've had to deal with driving up to the Uni Dome, we could have had some dicey outdoor games back in the day. That run.
Although there was something to be said back, you know, well, you still have like some of those quarterfinals where you get really cold out there, but.
Oh, yeah. Still, we'll take it. I mean, there was a game one year, I think we had a rain-snow mix between Johnston and Dowling that ended up being like a 12-7 football game. And I didn't bring a winter coat out that night, and so, you know, doing everything I could. But nonetheless, we all survived it. I think Dowling ended up winning that game on a last-minute interception. So, of course, that was years ago as Mart out of the shotgun. Going to look for another quick hitter. That doesn't quite get to his man. That's Jaden Johnson back in. Good to see him. Just a little bit of a scare on that ankle. Ball a little short from Mart. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10 from the 15, from the 15. The double pane glass playing some tricks on my eyes. Catch a little bit of a glare.
Yeah.
But we're going to go back to Mart. He's got Cooper next to him, sends him out in motion, wide left. Snap. Going quick out. Finds his man, Adam Peterson, once again, driven out of bounds at the 9. They're going to mark him at the 10. Take that back. They will put him at the 9. So it's going to be 4th down and 4. Southeast Polk's going to give their second-team offense a chance at this one. Got 20 seconds left on the play clock. They got to get set, though. Trying to get the play in. Go too high. One wide receiver down low, and Mart again operating out of shotgun. Drops back, looking for a slant. Receivers were not on the same page. Both of them didn't get eyes on the ball. It was in the right spot, just split the two of them. And that'll be a turnover on downs.
That happens sometimes. You're in that live game action against another team, and but Southeast Polk's got to be happy with the way this has gone. They came out, took it to them. Sioux City East showed some early, they go down and get the field goal, but Southeast Polk came right out, took care of business, and won, and got some good plays there and took advantage of turnovers and mistakes, and so.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're Coach Zelenovich, you come out of this game, 1, healthy, which is a big key as you get ready for next week. But 2, you've got some building blocks in place. Your defense played really good football. don't discredit Sioux City East's offense by any means. This is a really good Southeast Polk defense. We've seen that firsthand. So, yeah, I mean, it's a tough night if you're a Sioux City East fan, but they'll be fine. They're going to be an okay team this year, especially if they can keep guys healthy. That's going to be their big key.
Yeah, that's the thing. And they've got some potential there as they're running guys on here late. And they take a timeout as the play clock ran down, but
going to try and find out who Ankeny has the next couple of games here, so just give me a half second.
I was trying to run that down. I couldn't scroll through there. But
I will say that the internet 5G down here at Southeast Polk has got to be the best of any stadium I've been in this season.
Yeah.
Shout out Southeast Polk for lining up some extra Verizon cards out here or something.
And especially when you got all these people here, sometimes you get that and it's like,
yeah. So this is where it gets tough, Dar. You go Sioux City East tonight, obviously, but then you have to go to Johnston, who's in a good battle with Waukee. And the very next week, you're at home against a good Waukee team, too. So you'd like to go at least 1-1 in that stretch, because then guess who's after Waukee? Dowling Catholic.
Yeah.
And then you finish with Des Moines Lincoln on the 24th. So we still have a month of football left to play after that run there for a couple of yards by Sioux City East.
So you got to grind, but, they know what that's like.
Yeah.
And they've, the last few seasons, they've been able to do it and come out on top.
And I think that's why that Prairie loss probably hurts Coach Zelenovich and this Rams team a little bit more than they want it to, because there's just not a lot of room to lose.
Yeah,
games.
You don't have many more options to where that seed drops down.
I'm not going to try and downplay Des Moines Lincoln, but I'd imagine that's a win for Southeast Polk. But Johnston, Waukee, and Dowling Catholic are all going to test this Rams team as well as anybody. And if they can survive 2 out of 3 there, boy, they're going to be a threat in the playoffs.
Nice looking pass to the outside. And that was...
they're going to rule incomplete there.
Incomplete. Oh, yep. Ryan Moose, the sophomore.
Back judge is going to come in and say incomplete. One more look at it. That is a great throw out wide.
Oh, yeah.
But it pops out.
It did pop out. I didn't see that live, but...
And I think the side judge there was trying to rule it a fumble. So they're going to walk it back. It looks like they'll walk it back for 3rd down here.
There's one thing I'm glad we don't have replay. I mean, I like it here for us, but to go down on the field and do it.
Oh, we've got a penalty on Southeast Polk, so that will move the ball to a 1st down, and out from inside that 10 there, they're going to bounce it up to the 27. Kalen Cook again. Going to hand off slippery turf there. Kind of plays into the hands there of Sioux City East. That was Amos Collins, sophomore, typically a DB. Slipped a little bit, but made something out of nothing and picked up 5.
Well, some of the traffic clearing out already, because
it's going to make our walk back across the 2 lots and schools here a little easier.
Yeah. Nice to have a tunnel though under the highway there to get over the parking lot.
It really is a cool setup that they've got over here.
Yeah.
Although I wish they'd go with a yellow light through that tunnel instead of a red light. They're not Iowa State. I hate to break it to them. I know you got a Abu Sama up there, and Sam Zelenovich committed as a preferred walk-on, but you are not Iowa State. And that's a nice completion there.
Isaiah Grant, that freshman again, makes a catch.
And this is another spot for Sioux City East, right, to get some young guys some experience because, again, injuries happen. We've seen it tonight. It's a nice ball, too, over the top of the zone there, the low zone coverage by the linebacker. And we're ticking under 3 minutes with a 45-point game. Southeast Polk has kept Sioux City East down to the end zone tonight. Cook out of the shotgun. Looking out wide, looking deep, not wide, looking deep. That's a dime and nearly hauled in. Could have been a beautiful one-handed catch.
Christopher Loggins,
a sophomore, had a chance for a top 10 play this week.
He got a hand on it, but...
And what a beautiful pass from the freshman. Cook drops it in the bread basket. That should have been a catch.
Yeah.
And that's one Loggins is going to want back when he watches the game film. But a great takeaway there for Cook is, hey, that's a great delivery on that ball. We love to see it. Way to push the ball down the field.
Yeah, just perfectly in stride.
Great opportunity there.
And I don't know if Loggins looked up and didn't quite pick it up because it got on his hand, but he didn't bring the other hand up. So
another run and just no push from that Sioux City East offensive line that time. And that's going to be, looks like a 3rd and 11 for Sioux City East. Now a minute 40 to play. Second half clearly moved quickly. We're 9:15 in the evening here in Polk County. Of course, going to be a beautiful weekend. Iowa State gets a road game at Houston tomorrow night, 6 p.m. on FS1. Deep ball again from Cook. He throws it up, and that time nearly have another big play as we almost had a Moss moment there by Sioux City East Isaiah Grant. Instead, broken up nicely by the DB on the outside. But as I mentioned, Iowa State trying to go, 5-0 for the first time since like 1992?
And that also give the coach the most wins at Iowa State. He's tied with Dan McCarney right now.
Which, I mean, what a hat tip to Matt Campbell you have to give, considering all the chatter that came out about Matt Campbell after a couple of years at Iowa State.
Well, and it happens when you get, you come to Iowa State and you have a winning season, then you think, hey, he's going to leave, but to his credit. Whoa.
What a catch on the outside. That is a first down. Cook has delivered 3 great balls, and Grant brings that one down with the toe tapper along the near sidelines.
Yeah. The freshman showing a little bit of skill there, and down, out, and down.
Had some time there in the pocket. Nicely delivered, and now 5, 4, 3, and 2, 1. Will we get another snap off? I'm not sure. Nope, whistle will sound. That is the end of this one, and Southeast Polk tops Sioux City East 48-3. They put this one to bed at the end of the first half and never looked back. Rams get a big win to move to 3-2 on the season. 3-2 on the season. With this loss for Sioux City East, they dropped to 3-2 on the year, and both will get ready to turn it around next week.
Yeah, and again, Sioux City East, well, what do you take out of a 48-3? But there's some things there, some plays, and hopefully the players got injured aren't too bad, and they come back. And then Southeast Polk, they came out workmanlike, did what they had to do, went to their stars, Zelenovich, and then had some other players step up too. So a good overall win for them here, and just a good all-around game for them here tonight. And fun doing it with you, man.
It was a great night, Dar. Always fun.
Thank our director, Justin. Thank our cameraman, Justin, and our other cameraman, Justin, tonight as
one-man show over there.
We had a good homecoming here in a beautiful stadium here tonight, and the Southeast Polk fans, still quite a few of them here, even though some have left, and a big victory here tonight. It's going to be interesting to see the Southeast Polk team. As we say, down the road they get into those late season games, and again, 5A. Still, who knows who's going to come out on that one. It's still up in the air as far as I see right now.
Next 3 weeks are big for Southeast Polk, going Johnston, Waukee, Dowling Catholic. We talked about it. We'll see how it all shakes out. I can guarantee you, though, Rams will be ready for that test at Johnston next week.
All right, check our social media every week to see where we're going to be for the next games, and we'll have that. And I think we have some volleyball coming up yet, too, here this season, so check that all out. Again, that's John Schaefer. I'm Dar Danielson. We're going to wrap it up here tonight at Southeast Polk on CISN.TV.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you and I both know that you've been wanting to convert your drafty old wood-burning fireplace into a high-efficient gas one. Well, this is the perfect time. Heating Glow is making it easier than ever. If you buy this year between September 15th and October 13th, Heating Glow is giving a free vent kit worth up to $650, making it easier than ever to convert that old wood burner. But the best deal in years won't last, so come on in today. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.